Hello, this is Riya and you're watching The News Point. Today, a controversy that strikes at the heart of faith, trust and temple administration in Kerala, the gold plating scandal at Sabarimala. A revered shrine, thousands of devotees and allegations of missing gold. The Kerala High Court has now stepped in, calling the findings a betrayal of temple sanctity. But what exactly is the controversy? Why is public trust on edge? And what more lies beneath the surface? Let's unravel this in detail. The trouble began when officials informed the High Court that the gold-plated copper coverings from the Dwarpalaka idols and their pedestals had been removed in 2025 for renovation, but without prior permission from the court. This act triggered scrutiny, especially because records from 2019 already showed a discrepancy in weight. Nearly 4.541 kilograms of gold went missing when the items were returned after plating. The more disturbing revelation: documents filed in the Travancore Devaswam Board in 2019 describe these gold-clad items as mere copper plates in their official Mahazar, even though evidence and historical records show they were gold-plated in 1999 using gold donated by Vijay Mallya. So the key questions emerge. Why was the gold labelled as copper? Were the original gold coverings swapped out? And where did the missing gold go? At the center of this storm is Unni Krishnan Potti, a priest-turned businessman who claimed to be the sponsor for the gold plating in 2019 and again in 2025. Court papers reveal that Potti even sent an email in 2019 asking permission to use leftover gold from the temple's offerings to fund a girl's wedding, a detail the High Court has called deeply disturbing. Meanwhile, the TDB's own vigilance officer submitted a report indicating that when comparing photographs of the old and new panels, there were marked differences, raising suspicion that different panels may have been substituted. Opposition leaders in Kerala have asserted that the original gold-plated idols and panels were sold as divine trophies to private buyers, while copper replicas were sent for gold coating. Critics are now demanding resignations of the Devaswam minister and senior TDB officials and calling for a CBI probe under High Court oversight. Even the Devaswam board and the minister in turn have welcomed the formation of a special investigation team by the High Court to dig deeper. The Kerala High Court has turned this into suo motu proceedings, meaning it took up the matter on its own motion without a formal petition. It has ordered that a special investigation team be formed under supervision, giving it 6 weeks to complete the probe. Former Judge K.T. Sankaran has been appointed to prepare a full inventory appraisal of all temple valuables along with professionals. The court has explicitly flagged the possibility of criminal offences, including theft, criminal misappropriation, and breach of trust if evidence supports them. Additionally, a petition has been filed pushing for a CBI investigation citing the interstate nature of the alleged gold movement. In the assembly, the issue has dominated debate. The opposition has disrupted sessions demanding accountability. The government claims judicial processes must be respected. So as we watch the SIT's probe unfold, will it lead to convictions or evaporate into legal limbo? Will accountability be fixed or will powerful interests seal the fate of this controversy? One thing's clear: the sanctity of Sabarimala is no longer just a spiritual matter. It has become a test of institutional integrity, legal willpower, and faith's resilience. Stay tuned as we bring you the findings, reactions, court orders, and impact of this unfolding story. Thank you for watching.